Did you know that a staggering 98% of deaths after the age of 65 are caused by just a handful of specific conditions? Many people believe that passing away in our later years is just a natural part of aging, something inevitable and beyond our control. But the truth is far more empowering. The overwhelming majority of fatalities in older adults can actually be traced back to a small number of preventable risks. These risks often go unnoticed or ignored until it's too late. What makes this even more alarming is that by the time most people recognize what's happening to their bodies, their health has already begun to decline. At that point, options become limited and the window for action begins to close. But here's the good news. You have more control than you think. If you understand the real threats now, before they escalate, you can take meaningful steps to protect your well-being, preserve your independence, and extend your life in ways that may surprise you. In this video, we're going to reveal the 5 leading causes of death after age 65, the ones responsible for nearly every fatality in this age group. Some of these may sound familiar, others might catch you off guard, but all of them share one crucial fact. They are largely preventable. These aren't just statistics on a chart. Behind each number is a life, a parent, a grandparent, a friend, a loved one, and each represents a choice that could have made the difference between years of struggle and a life filled with health, strength, and purpose. So why should you keep watching? Because these 5 causes are not a guaranteed part of aging. In fact, by making small, intentional adjustments, changes that are both realistic and achievable, countless individuals have already transformed their health, reduced their risks, and added not just years to their life, but life to their years. Many are living longer, staying stronger, and remaining independent well into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If you don't like it, type 0 in the comments to let me know so I can make better videos for you. Now let's get started. Number 1. Heart disease. Heart disease is more than just the leading cause of death for people over 65. It's one of the most common yet widely misunderstood health risks we face as we age. Many assume that heart disease is just a natural consequence of getting older, something that just happens as the body wears down over time. The truth, however, is far more empowering. While it's true that age can increase the likelihood of heart disease, your daily lifestyle choices play a far more significant role in whether or not you develop it. In fact, many forms of heart disease are not only preventable, but they are also reversible with the right habits and interventions. Think of your heart as the engine that powers everything you do. It's arguably the most vital muscle in your body. Like any muscle, it thrives with use, care, and proper nutrition. When you give it what it needs, proper fuel, movement, and time to rest, it becomes stronger and more resilient. But when it's neglected, when we stop moving, eat poorly, or allow stress and unchecked blood pressure to build up over time, the heart slowly begins to weaken. The sad part is that the signs of this weakening often go unnoticed until the damage is already significant, and by then it's harder to reverse. One of the biggest dangers of heart disease is its quiet progression. Unlike an external injury, like a broken bone or a cut, which signals to you that something's wrong right away, heart disease doesn't sound an alarm until the damage is severe. You might experience symptoms like constant fatigue, shortness of breath, or a slower walking pace, but many people brush these off as simply getting older. However, these could be signs that your heart is struggling. The fact that many people dismiss or normalize these symptoms can lead to much more serious consequences, like a heart attack, stroke, or even heart failure. High blood pressure, often referred to as the silent killer, is one of the most dangerous and underappreciated contributors to heart disease. Over time, when your blood pressure remains high without being properly managed, it silently damages your arteries, causing them to harden and narrow. This forces your heart to work harder to pump blood, increasing the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular issues. The real danger? Many people don't even know they have high blood pressure until it's too late. There's often no pain, no obvious discomfort, just ongoing damage being done to your cardiovascular system every single day, year after year. Diet plays a critical role as well. For many people, decades of consuming processed foods, sugary drinks, unhealthy fats, and excessive amounts of salt eventually catch up. Over time, these habits cause inflammation, clog arteries, and disrupt circulation. But here's the good news. It's not just about cutting out the bad stuff. To truly protect your heart, you also need to nourish your body with heart-healthy foods. That means incorporating more leafy, greens, berries, nuts, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats like those found in olive oil and avocado into your diet. These foods aren't just trendy health recommendations. They are essential tools for healing, protecting, and even repairing your cardiovascular system. Let's not forget the critical role of movement. The heart wasn't designed for a sedentary lifestyle. When we spend too much time sitting or being inactive, our circulation slows, our muscles weaken, and our heart becomes less efficient. You don't need to run marathons or join a gym to make a difference. Even simple, regular physical activity like walking, stretching, gardening, or dancing can have a profound impact on your heart health. Every time you raise your heart rate, even in small amounts, you're investing in the strength and longevity of your heart. These seemingly small efforts can add years to your life and keep you feeling vibrant and active. Here's the bottom line. Heart disease is not inevitable. It isn't something that simply happens because you hit a certain age. It's a condition that develops over time, usually due to a series of smaller preventable choices. But because those choices add up, it also means that heart disease can be prevented, slowed, or even reversed by making healthier decisions and forming new habits. If there's one key message to take away from all of this, let it be this. You have more power over your heart health than you've been led to believe. The best time to start protecting your heart isn't when you're diagnosed. It's right now, today. The steps you take, no matter how small they may seem, can keep your heart strong, healthy, and working for you for many years to come. And the payoff? That heart health translates into more time spent doing the things you love, more energy for the activities that bring you joy, and more life to enjoy your family and friends. Number 2. Falls and injuries. One of the most underestimated yet most dangerous risks after the age of 65 isn't a chronic illness or an inherited condition. It's something far more sudden and often overlooked, a fall. A fall can happen in the blink of an eye, whether it's due to a slippery bathroom tile, a dimly lit hallway, or a loose rug underfoot. What might seem like a minor incident or a simple accident can quickly turn into a life-altering event. The truth is, falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths and hospitalizations among older adults. Every year, millions of seniors are rushed to the emergency room after a fall, and for many, it marks the start of a painful and often irreversible decline. A broken hip, a fractured wrist, or a serious head injury can lead to months of immobility, pain, and emotional distress. Even more devastating is the reality that many never fully regain their independence or mobility after such an event. But the danger of falling is not just physical, it has deep psychological consequences as well. After a fall, or simply the fear of falling, many seniors withdraw from physical activity. They start avoiding walking, skip social outings, and reduce participation in activities they once enjoyed, all in the belief that staying still will keep them safe. But in reality, the opposite is true. Avoiding movement weakens muscles, reduces balance, and dulls reflexes, which only increases the likelihood of falling in the future. This creates a vicious cycle that can rob older adults of their strength, independence, and confidence. It is a subtle, slow erosion of freedom that many don't recognize until it's too late. Even more concerning is that many people mistakenly assume that falls are simply an unavoidable part of aging, something that just happens as they get older. But this is a myth. While the risk of falling does increase with age due to physical changes like muscle weakness and slower reaction times, falls are far from inevitable. The good news is that they are highly preventable. And the steps to reduce your risk are often simple, practical, and incredibly effective. One of the most important measures you can take is to stay physically active. Keeping your body strong through regular exercise is a game changer. Strengthening your legs and core through activities like light walking, stretching, or balance exercises can make a world of difference in improving your stability and reducing the risk of falls. Tai Chi, yoga, and balance training have all been shown to significantly reduce the likelihood of falls by enhancing coordination, improving flexibility, and increasing strength. Even modest physical activity can have a profound impact, helping you stay steady on your feet as you age. Additionally, making simple but thoughtful adjustments around the home can help eliminate many of the hazards that contribute to falls. Small changes like securing loose rugs, installing grab bars in the bathroom, improving lighting in hallways and staircases, and keeping everyday items within easy reach can make your environment much safer. Sometimes it's the small things, like eliminating tripping hazards or using non-slip mats, that can make a huge difference in reducing fall risk. Another critical, yet often overlooked factor is medication. Many older adults take medications for chronic conditions like high blood pressure, anxiety, or sleep issues, and some of these medications can cause dizziness, drowsiness, or sudden drops in blood pressure, all of which increase the risk of a fall. For example, certain blood pressure medications can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure when standing up, making you feel lightheaded or unsteady. These side effects are very common in older adults and can easily lead to dangerous falls. It's essential to regularly review your medications with your doctor or pharmacist to ensure they aren't contributing to your fall risk. Along with this, regular vision and hearing checkups are crucial to ensure you're aware of your surroundings and maintain the balance needed to stay steady on your feet. What many people don't realize is that a fall isn't just about the stumble itself, it's about the long-term consequences that follow. A fall can lead to the loss of mobility, independence, and confidence. For many seniors, the physical and psychological effects of a fall can be more devastating than the injury itself. The emotional toll of losing independence or feeling anxious about falling again can make recovery even harder. But here's the truth. With the right habits, mindset, and actions, most falls can be avoided entirely. By staying strong, staying active, and staying aware, you can protect yourself from falling and ensure that you continue to live a life of independence, dignity, and freedom. Number 3. Respiratory diseases. Breathing is something we rarely think about until it becomes difficult. For most of our lives, we inhale and exhale without a second thought, relying on our lungs to fuel every cell in our body. But after the age of 65, the simple act of breathing can suddenly become a challenge, and what begins as a mild cough or occasional breathlessness can escalate into something far more serious. Respiratory diseases are one of the most dangerous and overlooked threats facing older adults, and yet many people don't recognize the warning signs until their condition has progressed. One of the most prevalent respiratory threats in later life is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, an umbrella term that includes chronic bronchitis and emphysema. The condition causes airflow blockage and breathing problems, slowly limiting a person's ability to be active and independent. What's especially dangerous about COPD is how easily it's dismissed. A persistent cough, frequent wheezing, or shortness of breath are often chalked up to aging, when in fact they may be early indicators of a progressive disease that requires immediate attention. Left untreated, COPD can severely limit mobility, reduce quality of life, and increase the risk of other complications like heart problems and infections. Another serious concern is pneumonia, a lung infection that can strike hard and fast in older adults. While younger people often recover quickly, seniors face a much greater risk of severe illness, hospitalization, and even death. The immune system naturally weakens with age, making it harder to fight off infections. Pneumonia, which might seem like a simple illness, can rapidly deteriorate into a life-threatening condition when not caught early. Many seniors are hospitalized each year with pneumonia-related complications, and for some, it marks the beginning of a long, difficult recovery process. Air quality is another hidden but powerful factor that affects respiratory health. Poor indoor and outdoor air can gradually damage the lungs. Pollutants like dust, pet dander, cigarette smoke, mold spores, and chemical fumes may seem harmless in small amounts, but over time they can compound, aggravating the lungs and triggering conditions like asthma, bronchitis, or worsening existing COPD. Even inside your own home, the place where you're supposed to feel safest, you could be unknowingly breathing in irritants that chip away at your lung function day after day. Simple actions like using air purifiers, maintaining good ventilation, and regularly cleaning heating and cooling systems can make a significant difference. The good news is that, like most major health threats, respiratory decline isn't inevitable. One of the most effective ways to maintain strong, healthy lungs is to keep moving. Physical activity, even something as simple as daily walks, light stretching, or gentle yoga, Helps keep the lungs expanded, clears out mucus, strengthens respiratory muscles, and boosts circulation. Movement is medicine for your lungs. The more active you remain, the better your breathing becomes. Vaccinations also play a crucial role in protecting your respiratory system. Vaccines for pneumonia, influenza, COVID-19, and other respiratory infections are powerful tools that can prevent serious illness and hospital stays. Staying up to date on these vaccinations is not just a precaution, it's a proven life-saving strategy for older adults. Talk to your healthcare provider about which vaccines are recommended for your age and health condition, and make it a priority to keep yourself protected. Your lungs have worked for you every moment of your life, quietly and faithfully. Don't wait until they begin to fail to appreciate their importance. By taking care of your respiratory health now, through awareness, action, and prevention, you can breathe easier for years to come. Protecting your lungs means protecting your freedom, your vitality, and your ability to keep doing the things you love. Number 4. Stroke. A stroke can strike without warning. In the blink of an eye, a life full of plans, independence, and mobility can be changed forever. It is one of the most devastating and common causes of death and disability for adults over 65. While strokes may seem sudden and uncontrollable, the truth is that many of the risks are detectable and, more importantly, preventable. The most important thing to understand is that strokes don't just happen. Often, they are the result of years of silent warning signs that go unnoticed or are not taken seriously. And recognizing these signs early can make all the difference. High blood pressure, often called the silent killer, is one of the primary and most insidious risk factors for stroke. High blood pressure typically doesn't present any obvious symptoms, which is why many people don't realize they have it until it's too late. Over time, uncontrolled blood pressure weakens the arteries and damages the walls of the blood vessels, making them more prone to rupture or blockage. The brain, which relies on a continuous healthy flow of blood, can become severely impacted if these blood vessels in the brain break or become obstructed. This is when a stroke occurs. Because high blood pressure is common in older adults, it's essential to monitor it regularly, especially since it can go unnoticed for years before causing a major incident. Fortunately, high blood pressure is manageable, and with medication, lifestyle changes, and regular monitoring, it's possible to greatly reduce your risk of having a stroke. Another common but often overlooked risk factor is atrial fibrillation, AFib, a type of irregular heartbeat. Many people with AFib don't even know they have it, as it can present no symptoms or just mild ones, such as feeling faint or short of breath. However, this condition causes the heart to beat erratically, which can lead to blood pooling in the heart. As blood clots form in the heart, these clots can travel to the brain and block blood flow, leading to a stroke. Unfortunately, many individuals discover they have AFib only after suffering from a stroke, underscoring the importance of regular heart checkups for those over 65. Fortunately, AFib can often be treated with medications that help regulate heart rhythm and blood thinners that prevent clotting. The good news is that up to 80% of strokes are preventable. This means the power to reduce your stroke risk is in your hands. While there are some factors, like age or family history, that you can't control, many risk factors can be addressed through lifestyle changes. For example, maintaining a heart-healthy diet, staying physically active, managing your stress, avoiding smoking, and routinely checking your blood pressure are all proven ways to reduce stroke risk. Studies have shown that something as simple as walking briskly for 30 minutes a day can significantly lower your chances of having a stroke. Moreover, cutting back on sodium, incorporating more fruits and vegetables, and avoiding processed foods can help manage both blood pressure and cholesterol, two of the biggest culprits behind stroke. Another critical factor in stroke prevention is recognizing and paying attention to mini-strokes, also known as transient ischemic attacks, TIAs. TIAs are temporary episodes of stroke-like symptoms that can last from a few minutes to a few hours. These brief events don't cause lasting damage, but they should never be ignored. In fact, TIAs are some of the most important warning signs that a major stroke could be imminent. Common symptoms of a TIA include sudden numbness or weakness in the face, arm or leg, especially on one side of the body, difficulty speaking, blurred vision, dizziness, and severe headache. Many people dismiss these symptoms as something minor or fatigue, but in reality they are urgent warnings that a more serious event could follow if action isn't taken immediately. If you or someone you know experiences symptoms of a TIA, call emergency services right away. Treating TIAs promptly can prevent a devastating stroke from occurring. When it comes to recognizing a stroke, time is critical. The faster a stroke is diagnosed and treated, the better the chances of minimizing long-term damage and improving recovery outcomes. One method to remember the key symptoms of a stroke is the FAST method. Face drooping. Is one side of the face drooping or numb? Arm weakness. Can the person raise both arms, or does one arm drift downward? Speech difficulty. Is the person having trouble speaking or repeating simple sentences? And time to call emergency services. If any of these symptoms are present, call 911 immediately. The faster you act, the better the chances of reducing the severity of the stroke and improving the likelihood of recovery. Number 5. Cognitive decline and your related complications. Perhaps one of the most heartbreaking and deeply personal challenges of aging is the slow, creeping loss of memory, clarity, and independence. Cognitive decline isn't just about forgetting where you left your keys or struggling to recall a name. It's a gradual erosion of the very abilities that define who we are. It often starts subtly, missing appointments, repeating stories, feeling confused in familiar places. But over time, these lapses can deepen into serious impairments that affect everything from decision-making to basic daily tasks. For many seniors, the consequences become dangerous. Forgetting to take essential medications, leaving the stove on, mismanaging finances, or wandering outside and getting lost. These are not just inconveniences, they are real threats to safety, dignity, and quality of life. What's most alarming is that cognitive decline can quietly strip away a person's sense of control and identity. And it doesn't only affect the individual, it deeply impacts families, caregivers, and loved ones who must watch someone they cherish slowly fade from the person they used to be. But here's the empowering truth. Cognitive decline is not inevitable. While some factors like genetics or neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's can increase the risk, the vast majority of age-related cognitive issues can be slowed, and in some cases prevented, with the right habits and attention. Your brain, just like your heart, thrives on stimulation, nourishment, and care. Staying mentally active is one of the most effective defenses. Activities that challenge the brain, reading, puzzles, learning new skills, or even having thoughtful conversations, can strengthen neural pathways and create new ones. Social interaction is just as powerful. Regular contact with others, whether through community groups, friends, or family, helps reduce isolation and keeps the mind engaged. Loneliness, by contrast, has been linked to faster cognitive decline and even higher mortality rates. Physical movement also plays a crucial role. Exercise doesn't just benefit your body, it fuels your brain. When you move, your heart pumps more blood, increasing oxygen and nutrient delivery to the brain. This supports memory, focus, and even mood. A brisk walk, gentle yoga, or dancing a few times a week can have profound effects on brain health. And let's not forget diet. Your brain is fueled by what you eat. Nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids found in fish and flaxseed, antioxidants from berries, and dark chocolate, and vitamins from leafy greens have all been shown to support brain function. On the flip side, processed foods, excessive sugar, and trans fats can lead to inflammation and increase the risk of cognitive decline. Taking care of your brain isn't just about preventing disease. It's about preserving your ability to think, feel, decide, and remember the life you've built. It's about holding on to your stories, your personality, your independence. Your brain deserves the same attention and care as your heart or lungs. And the sooner you start, the better your chances of aging with grace, purpose, and clarity. The choices you make today can protect your tomorrow. So give your mind the strength it needs to stay sharp, aware, and fully alive. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. The 5 leading causes of death after age 65, heart disease, falls and injuries, respiratory complications, stroke, and cognitive decline, are responsible for the vast majority of health challenges faced later in life. But here's the truth. Most people don't hear often enough. These aren't just unfortunate parts of getting older. They're largely preventable. Yes, genetics and aging play a role, but the biggest influence lies in the choices we make each day. Too many people wait until something goes wrong to start caring for their health, only to discover their options have become limited. But it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, many of the most powerful changes are simple, moving your body regularly, nourishing yourself with real food, staying mentally and socially engaged, managing stress, getting quality sleep, and being proactive about checkups and medications. Every small, consistent choice you make, no matter your age, is a step toward greater vitality, independence, and clarity. You have more control than you think. You don't need to become a health expert or overhaul your life overnight. Just begin. With awareness, with intention, and with the belief that your future can be stronger than your past. Thank you so much for watching. We hope this video empowered you with knowledge and inspired you to take action. If something here resonated with you, leave a comment below. Let us know what you learned and how you plan to apply it. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your journey.